You are listening to the It's Your Time podcast, and I'm your host, Certified Life Coach Michelle Arnold Burke. In today's episode, I'm discussing igniting motivation. Welcome to the It's Your Time podcast, the podcast where busy professionals like you get the practical solutions and support you need to gain control of your schedule so you can strive to be the best in your career, but without the stress and overwhelm. If you're looking to increase your energy and decrease your stress, you are in the right place. Hello. Welcome back to the podcast, friends. Okay, I have been receiving a bunch of questions around motivation, and today we are going to dive right in. Now, I think it was Zig Ziglar who said, you don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. And I think we've all been there, right? Feeling like we needed to feel motivated in order to get started. But what if that is not true? So maybe you've been saying, oh, I'll start on Monday, but then Monday keeps getting pushed to next Monday. Or maybe you set a goal, get all excited, and then like 3 days later, you're back to scrolling social media, feeling stuck. Here's the thing. Motivation is not about willpower. It's about how your brain works. And today we are going to break it down. Today, I want to talk to you about the neuroscience of motivation. So what's happening in your brain when you feel stuck? Number 2, why discomfort is the secret to success and how to rewire your brain to embrace that. And number 3, I want to talk about science-backed strategy to turn failure into fuel for your growth. And if you are ready to stop waiting for motivation and start creating it, I have something for you. I designed my 6-week coaching program to help you develop the skill of motivation to build real confidence, like solid self-confidence, and overcome imposter syndrome so that you can finally follow through on your goals, all of the ones that you've been putting off. Because here's the truth. You don't have to do this alone. With the right structure, small steps, and some real accountability, you will be amazed at what is possible. So head to michelleburkecoaching.com/confidence, and I will have that in the show notes. Okay, let's dive in. First things first, let's talk about brain science. I just love learning more and more about the science of all of the topics that we talk about here. It is so fascinating to me because if you understand how motivation actually works, you can stop relying on the willpower, which, let's be real, is totally unreliable, right? We feel like, okay, yeah, at the end of the day, I'll do X, Y, Z, and then it gets to be the end of the day and we are exhausted. So once you're able to know kind of the science behind it a little bit more, and when we know more, when we know better, we do better, right? So by sharing this info, I hope that you start using some of the neuroscience-backed strategies to help you accomplish what you most desire. Okay, let's start with dopamine. Dopamine is a neurotransmitter that plays a key role in motivation. You know, that hit of excitement that you get when you like start a new project, buy a new planner maybe, or set a big goal. That's dopamine, your brain's motivation neurotransmitter. It's like our reward and pleasure sensor. And dopamine isn't just about pleasure, it's about desire. So it's the chemical that drives you to chase your goals. But here's the catch. Your brain releases dopamine when you anticipate a reward, not when you actually achieve it. I mean, just take a moment, right? And think about when you accomplish a goal, like sometimes you aren't as excited as you originally anticipated. And in fact, you move the goalpost to just move on to the next goal, right? So we want to just take a pause and think about this. Because what it means is that if you're only focusing on the big end goal, like launching a business or getting a promotion or going over a plan or losing 20 pounds, your brain isn't getting enough dopamine along the way to keep you motivated. So how do you hack your brain's reward system? Instead of relying on those huge wins for motivation, we need to train your brain to celebrate small wins. And I talk about this all the time. Small wins, the compound effect over time, being consistent is what will change your life. So break those big goals into tiny steps. Each small success triggers more dopamine, making it easier for you to keep going. You can also create a visual progress tracker. So seeing your progress reinforces the motivation. It's like gamifying the system, right? And then celebrate. Celebrate immediately after each step, even if it's just saying, I did it, because that you giving yourself a moment of acknowledgement is one more step in the process. And you can think of it like a dopamine loop. So the more you reward the small steps, the more your brain craves taking action. And this is why small wins lead to big results. It's why waiting for motivation before taking action does not work. Listen, if we sit around and all wait to feel motivated to do the big things in our lives, we will likely miss out. We need to start taking action. And as we take action, we feel more and more motivated, and that's how we build momentum. All right, so we've got dopamine working for us, but what about the fear that stops us from taking action? Here's the deal. Your brain is wired for survival, not success. Remember, the motivational triad is to seek pleasure, avoid pain, and be as efficient as possible. So why does your brain resist change? Deep in your brain, you have the amygdala, that part that is responsible for fear and emotional responses. And every time you try something new, your amygdala freaks out, sending warning signals like, this is risky, you might fail, or people might judge you, or let's just stay here in our comfort zone. But the truth is this: discomfort is the price of success. Your brain wants to avoid discomfort, but your future self is built in the moments when you push through. Now, it is normal, I am agreeing, right? If you say any of this to yourself, it's all normal to think these things. Your brain thinks it is protecting you. This is why you have to be intentional with your self-talk. Calm your nervous system down. So instead of fearing discomfort, we need to normalize it, because the more comfortable you get with the discomfort, the faster you grow. And here's the new mindset shift that I want to offer you. Discomfort is just a signal that you are leveling up. So you can try this. When you feel resistance, name it. I mean, it can be as simple as, oh, okay, hi fear, I see you. Or hi anxiety, I see you. And I've said this before, we don't have to resist that feeling. It can come along for the ride, right? Stick it in the car. It does not control the destination. It does not even control the music, but we don't have to resist it. We name it, and then you can tame it. And remind yourself, this feeling means I'm growing. Number 3, act anyway, because the discomfort will fade as you build that momentum. Your brain needs repetition to build new neural pathways. So the more you embrace the discomfort, the easier it will become. And that's how you are rewiring these new patterns. And I was just working with a client recently, and I also suggested, giving yourself and your nervous system clues that you are safe. You can simply take a breath in through your nose for a count of 6, and then exhale out the mouth for a count of 6. And I love it when I'm listening to the Peloton instructors. They're always talking about breathing in the new energy and exhaling the stale. Right? I mean, it sounds so cleansing. Just do that a couple of times. I am not asking you to sit and meditate for hours, right? I am just suggesting in through the nose, out through the mouth, count of 6, a couple times. And I promise you that simple gesture, or even something as easy as putting your hand over your heart, signals to your system that you are okay. The key is you are being intentional with creating the motivation for yourself, for having tools that will help you to calm and keep moving, right? The resistance, the fear, the thinking we need to feel a certain way to get started is what slows our dreams down. So having tools like this is where you will find the gold. And being comfortable and being uncomfortable is truly the key. I know it sounds like fun, right? Let's all be comfortable being uncomfortable. But what if that was true? What if it is exactly what you need in order to accomplish your next big goals? Okay, so friends, listen, I want to recap here. Motivation isn't about willpower, it's about dopamine. So use small wins to train your brain to crave progress. Progress over perfection every single day. Sign me up. Discomfort is the price of success. So if you're uncomfortable, you are doing it right. And failure is fuel. Reflect, adjust, and keep on moving. Because here's the truth. You are the one who gets to create the story around said failure, right? What if instead of it being failing, it's simply learning? So you can reframe that and consider it a learning opportunity. And now here's what I want you to do next. Again, check out the 6-week coaching program. It's where you go from knowing what to do to actually doing it. And then each week we'll focus on small actionable steps to help you build real motivation, to boost your confidence, and to overcome imposter syndrome so that you can finally follow through on your goals. Next, and this is the missing piece. If you have been stuck in the cycle, starting and stopping and feeling motivated and then losing it, this program is designed to keep you moving forward. So with my guidance and accountability and your action, you will create momentum that actually lasts. Just click on the show notes again, michelleburkecoaching.com/confidence. And let's make this the time that you really follow through and get to that next level. Okay, remember, you already have everything that you need to make bold moves. It's your time. Just get started. Okay, friends, that's what I have for you today. Let's meet back here next week. But for now, make it a great day. Take care. Did you know you can take this work to a deeper level with me one-on-one? Go to michelleburkecoaching.com and click on Get Started to begin.